Hi, everybody, wherever you may be. My name's Larry. I am a ham radio operator. I'll be honest with you, I am. I love geography, too. Geography is one of my favorite things in the world. Learning about cultures and countries, it just is fun for me. It really is. I came up with an idea for a show, and I host a YouTube podcast here called Ham Radio Live. It's for people that might have an interest in joining ham radio. I started thinking about going shopping, like what it would be like to spend money in various places on Earth that are very isolated. Now, the most northerly place in the world that has a population, of some sort is called Svalbard. It's part of Norway, but you don't need a visa to live there. It's very interesting. That's one place. Another place, which is the most isolated population center in the world, is Hawaii. That's right in the middle of the ocean. Okay, so how expensive are things there, right? Another place is Barrow, Alaska, the very top edge of northern Alaska. How much do you think groceries cost there? I'm interested to see what you think is the most expensive of those three locations. All three very isolated. Certainly, you go to Svalbard, which is a very, very northern island in the North Sea, or you go to Hawaii, you're very isolated from population centers that can supply you with goods. Same with Barrow, Alaska. Let's see which one's the most expensive of the three. This has nothing to do with ham radio, but for me, I thought it'd be fun just to show you a little bit of stuff that I watch, just because I'm interested to know what it might cost to buy groceries in places that might not be where I shop. Take a look.
So I'm inside the co-op, which is located in the Svalbard boutique. Co-op is one of the big grocery stores. Well, it's a small grocery store, it's one of the biggest in town, and I'm going to show you around some of the prices, what you can expect in Svalbard. And yeah, the entrance have a polar bear right above the doors. Even though people carry rifles all around town for polar bear protection, a lot of stores and establishments actually don't allow people to carry rifles inside. So as a result, if you walk into, for example, this grocery store, there's a locker right here where you can store your guns, ammunition, and rifles. All you have to do is ask for the key, and then they can open it for you, and then you can store your rifle inside. It's not like because they have any problems with rifles or robbery or anything, but just for convenience, they can just put their rifles here inside the locker.
Okay, before we go any further, I'm going to let you take a moment to think which area on Earth is going to be the most expensive to buy groceries. Will it be here in Svalbard, Norway, which is way up north of the actual country of Norway? Would it be Hawaii, which is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean? Or would it be Barrow, Alaska, the very north tip of Alaska? Let's take a look. Here's Svalbard, going shopping at a grocery store. Enjoy.
Taco sauce, 850 kroner, and taco shells, 25.90. 39.50, and instant rice is 19.50, and they have an instant MRE style food. One is the kebab stew, the meat soup, couscous lentils, and that costs about 80 kroner. Chocolate bars runs from 30 kroners all the way to about 60, and this guy's like 25. This is 20. Muffins is 32.50. Standard coffee, this 25 kroner goes from 43.50, for example this guy espresso, all the way down to 34. So if you poop a lot and really need extra toilet paper, it runs from 12.90 all the way to 34.90 kroner, which is not bad. I thought it's gonna be much more expensive than that. Granola bars or such, like a sandwich paprika one, this is for 13.90 kroner. And the Suti, this is 18.50 kroner. Cereals, for example, the Classic K and the cornflakes, 31.70. Nutella jar, 39.90. And apple juice. Sorry, I just read apple, but it's actually an orange juice, but it's called the apple scene juice. I have no idea why. So orange juice for 36 kroner. And iced tea for 34.20 kroner. Flatbread like this is 30.90 kroner. More interesting stuff, all the liquor and alcohol section. It's a funny notice to see that no cruise ship are allowed to be here, you have to present a valid airline ticket in order to purchase anything from here. So it's not for locals apparently. So wine ranges really greatly, of course. The Shiraz like this, for example, is 85 kroner, and this guy is some kind of French wine, 239 kroner. Prosecco, this is 105 kroner, and Brut, this size is 360 kroner, and while this size is 200 kroner. Beer, 15 kroner. Corona is 20 kroner, and some local drinks. Aquafit Barons, which is definitely a Svalbard specialty, 165 kroner. Absolute vodka. So the flavored ones are 150 kroner, about that size. Just a regular Absolute vodka is 150 kroner. Kraken, 225. Captain Morgan Gold is 150. I had this last night. This is the Spitsbergen IPA, and this is actually really good. And that's not expensive. It's only 20 kroner per can.
All right, gives you an idea of Svalbard, which, again, take a look on a map, the most northerly settlement of human beings in the world. All right, let's go to Hawaii now. A great place to visit, right? Right in the middle of the ocean, which means everything for the most part has to be shipped there. How much do things cost in Hawaii? Let's take a look.
You can find on the island is at Walmart, a dozen for $2.64. Butter goes for different prices depending on the brand. So this is $5.47 and this one is $4.16 unsalted. Now cream cheese, again depending on the size. I like Philadelphia cream cheese $4.12, while the bigger size is $7.18. All right, let's talk cheese. If you like grated Parmesan cheese, you can get it for $3.98. Well, if you like sliced cheese, regular American, it goes from $1.62, $3.18 to $4.18. If you want to make sandwiches, a pack of smoked turkey or ham is about $5.46. The cheapest brand in Walmart is Walmart brand. Great value. You can get a 4-pack of yogurts for $1.48. Do you like OJ for your breakfast? Half a gallon, $4.30. Now let's talk basics. Milk, 1 gallon of either whole milk or 2% is $4.82. We prefer almond milk. We get half a gallon for $3.34. You'd be surprised how much Spam is being consumed in Hawaii. 1 can is $2.33. Kraft mayo $3.74 and Walmart mayo is $3.12. You can find deals on tuna. This can is $2.94 and a 4-pack is $5.46.
Okay, so there you go. That's Hawaii in the middle of the ocean, right? So they've got to ship everything in or fly everything in to Hawaii in order to sell them. And for those that think, well, yeah, but they, make macadamia nuts, coffee, and pineapples. No, not so much anymore. Sugarcane's gone. Hawaii coffee is very, very rare to get now because they're basically tilling over the land. That's what they're doing there. Okay, so we've seen Svalbard, the northernmost place in the world, plus we've seen Hawaii in the middle of the Pacific. What about Barrow, Alaska? Barrow is the very far northern tip of the state of Alaska in the United States. What are prices like there? Let's open the doors and take a look.
Hello, happy peoples. I'm here in Barrow. If you're watching this, we might post this video a little bit later, but I'm going to go into the Alaska Commercial grocery store here in Barrow, Alaska, and do some shopping. And I'm not going to really use anything that's here. I am going to go purchase it and go donate it to a local church, North City, and the whole United States, of course, Alaska, and which makes it the whole United States. So this is probably the most expensive you're going to get, but maybe not. We'll see. Some things might surprise us. Let's go check out prices.
head of lettuce.
To seem fairly high. I'm just gonna go with fairly high. Maybe I can find someone to ask how they save money living up here in Barrow. How do you save money on your grocery bill? Maybe they got some tricks. Might be some tricks.
There you go. Okay. So it gives you, by the way, like a pound of bacon is like $30 US. Okay. And many people in Barrow will have, like, they'll take a shopping trip. They'll go to Fairbanks. They'll buy stuff from Costco and they'll bring it back. But that is the most expensive of those three very isolated locations. And a really good comment, by the way. And this comes out of Portugal. It's a very good comment. It says you have to think about the minimum salary in those places. Yes, Barrow is an oil city. It's where they pump a lot of oil. So a lot of folks in the oil industry are there and they make a lot of money because they live up in Barrow, Alaska. So there you go. Here in Portugal is about $700 US. Yeah, it is. It depends upon what things cost and how much you make. But still, of those three, would you have thought Barrow would be the most expensive? Interesting thought, right? That's where my brain goes sometimes. Here we talk about ham radio and the love of radio. If you ever want to join us, we'd love to have you. We come on around between noon Pacific time in North America. I better make it as simple as I can. Noon Pacific time in North America to about 2 o'clock Pacific. It depends on the schedule, but we talk about radio. If you love radio, come join us on Ham Radio Live. Okay? Until we meet again, my name is Larry. My Ham Radio call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. I want to thank people all the way from Portugal and Norway and, Canada and the U.S. and Spain who've come here, and the U.K. Look at this. My goodness. People from all over the world have come. Thank you for being here for this short show about prices in grocery stores from all over the